Mass Effect 5 is BioWare's only big project after Dragon Age. The Veilguard studio veteran predicts that BioWare isn't ready to suddenly have a team of 250, 300 people. What BioWare needs isn't a bigger team but a better one, mostly on the creative side, as both story and art direction for Veilguard was pretty bad. This isn't going to end well. Long development times, overbloated budgets, and their track record is going to indicate this will flop as well. Unless the people running BioWare takes a damn hard look at itself, quit claiming their crap smells like perfume, and learn their mistakes from Veilguard, I'm just going to stick to the original trilogy if I feel like returning to the Mass Effect universe. Couldn't care less. Fumbled 2 games in a row, 3 with Andromeda. They can't make good games. Don Hector vs Don Lalo. You can always trust Hector to shoot you in the head and get it over with. But with Lalo, all that charisma and nice guy persona just makes it complicated, marking him the perfect villain. It's only a headcanon, but I like to think a lot of Lalo's mannerisms and habits are directly in response to what he sees as the flaws of his family. John Turturro specifically requested Christopher Walken to be cast as Bert in Severance. Walken, I'm glad it happened. It makes absolute sense that we would be playing people who love each other. I just love that Walken is even in the show. When I saw him, it almost took me a moment to recognize because he looked like someone who would fit into the Severance universe. I can't understand how Turturro took a backseat complaining rule stickler role and somehow turned it into a likable character. He's such a dick and backbitter to everyone around him in the office, but damn it, I end up rooting for the guy. It's the best part of the show, Imo. Taking an unlikable character and somehow, I can't explain it, turning him into a hero. Can't believe one of the deadliest weapons in this universe is only shown once just to kill Renly. In the books they use it more than once. From what I've read so far, they use it to kill Renly and to end the Siege of Storm's End. I forget exactly who they kill. I think it's supposed to look closer to Stannis in the books too, so that's where they got it in the show, I imagine. Never got why Melisandre wouldn't tell Jon he could have saved Rickon by having sex with her. It's not like he would have refused. Jon would fuck her without the necklace if it meant saving his family. Was I the only one who completely missed the shadow with the face of Stannis Baratheon aspect? It just looked like a generic shadow to me. I know it was obviously acting for Stannis, but it didn't particularly look like him to me. Then again, I have prosopagnosia. I can't believe it took me almost a quarter of a century to notice why Crumb was swimming in the lake in January. Yeah, I always assumed he was practicing his transfiguration for his shark. I always read it as he was a pro athlete and the waters where his was from are just like that. I don't know, like an athletic cold plunge daily swim. I thought he was working of solving the egg riddle that must be opened under the water. What's your favorite hero ship in a galaxy far, far away? The Fonder. It's James Bond in space and absolutely brilliant. High tech, stuffed with gadgets and surprises, sleek, and a real threat. The Millennium Falcon, of course, it will always be my favorite. I take back my words, this show isn't so dogshit after all. This MF is like 14 years old and has more Lord vibe than everyone else. The River Muppet that was promised. The actor killed it. Great character. Damon was kinda impressed. Oscar is bold and cool, but I wanted Kermit and Elmo as well, all the Sesame Street stuff. Even Peter Dinklage couldn't cover up the BS. The fact that the directors were probably told how dumb they were and went through with it makes me glad they've lost projects. Such a tragic murder of a once great series. That actually should have been smart, because realistically decayed and withered skeletons with no muscle mass would have no chance of being able to lift the stone slabs off their sarcophagi to escape, let alone breaking through solid stone. What the actual fuck? Moana 2 passes $1 billion globally. This is impressive for a movie absolutely nobody is talking about. Zootopia 2 will be huge too, I imagine. I hope Elio does well, because otherwise original films will be even more sidelined at Disney/Pixar going forward. I know people hated it when Iger said Disney was going to focus more on sequels than original films, but I guess it's what audiences wanted. Inside Out 2 made over $1 billion and now Moana 2 reached that same level. I'll always miss those years in the 2000s where it was nothing but new stories and they were all incredible. In Unthinkable, 2010, there is a moment where you see the screen of a bomb tech who is apparently using Excel and random letters produced by keyboard mashing to defuse a bomb. GIF. Still more realistic than the NCIS hacking scene with 2 people and 1 keyboard. My favorite nonsense computer jargon was an episode of CSI, New York, where one of the characters said, "He'll create a GUI in Visual Basic to track the IP address." I had to pause the episode to laugh my ass off. Insomniac Games CEO, Ted Price, announced his retirement and will be replaced by 3 new co-studio heads. Ted Price is one of the OGs. He's definitely made some dollar, still young enough to enjoy it. Hope he still consults though, he's got the touch with the Insomniac game releases. Wish him well going forward. Retiring at 52, must be nice. To impress a chick, do the helicopter dikyota wear rumono, it's a wary no Cayman. Those subtitles are on point. See, everyone gets their own fan service. Even Catgirls. She just witnessed meat spin in action. Why didn't Joffrey's armor show a stag like his father's? Most importantly, Joff should see himself as a Baratheon too. There were some moments where he was incredibly proud of it. Good question, maybe it's cause he let his mother dress him. Joffrey the feminist, first of his name, boldly breaking patriarchal norms by proudly leaning into his mother's lineage than his father's. A true trailblazer for gender equality. You'd think it would be a good idea for him to really push his Baratheon heritage considering the rumors around him, but that's asking the writers to actually use their brains. Oh man, they're really broke as hell. Who the fuck wants Theon's torture trousers? Let's get it all and redo season 8. How much for the Starbucks cup? I can't believe those greedy fucks didn't give the sword to Kit Harington when he really wanted it and was going through a tough time. Bunch of cunts. Touch your heart, red heart. When he came back and the first thing she says is, "I kept the door open 3 inches." Sobbing. Every time. This scene will always be so sad no matter how many times I watch it. Like and subscribe.